I don't know if I should have sold this thing or not, but hey YouTube, my name's Rob, Chesapeake Picker here. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, I am a part-time reseller on eBay and Mercari. I'm going to go through just about 30 things that sold. This here is going to catch me up on all the stuff that happened while I was up and through my vacation, because I didn't make any videos in those few days before I was going, and I'm just catching up on the end. So after that, all this stuff is going to be a little bit more up to date. So here, let's go ahead and get right into it. First thing I got up is this boys 2T jacket. I picked this up at a yard sale. I got a whole ton of winter jackets and coats and stuff like that. I paid about $2 a piece for all of these. They looked really nice and really good condition after I got them home and inspected. And I think I was just in a buying mood that day. But this one here, some of these were like your Walmart, Target brands. This one was kind of cheap. Went out for $10.99 with free shipping, and it was able to go out first class. I just threw this in a poly bag, so it cost about $3.50 to ship out. Not a big profit, but it still made some money. If you guys saw my last video, you saw that I had these little mini football helmets back from like the late 80s, early 90s. These were like a gumball machine thing. This one is a Redskins. They go out for $10 with free shipping. Just throw that in a little 4x4x4 box, and they ship out super cheap at like a 3-ounce rate. So I got a whole bunch of these things at a thrift store. This is a book by Madeleine Albright. I was going to pick them all up, but they weren't really worth any money. But these were all signed. I got like, I don't know, like 12, 15 of these. I'm not sure exactly how many I have. That they're all autographed. They must have been part of a book signing that were left over or whatnot. I had it up for $17 with free shipping. Again, it's a book, it's cheap. It's like a 2-pound rate, so it's like $3 something to ship out. And this one's sold. Just to be not, I don't know, conspicuous or whatever, suspicious, I'm not putting them all up together. So I'm waiting until one sells until I list another, because I don't want to have like 15 listings of signed Madeleine Albright books out there. But the $17 was what another one of the exact ones sold, so I just went off that sold comp when I did it, and I'll just keep going with these until they're all gone. So this item here, I don't know, this was part of my big Redskins deal. Something just seemed wrong about it though, but it was this like animatronic doll, a little like Redskins player. The thing was pretty big though. I mean, I'll show you on the screen, but it was about like that big. It was it just looked racist. I don't know if I should have sold this thing or not, but it was the only one that was out there. I did not see this thing anywhere I looked for. It didn't work, so it was just sold as is, as kind of a decorative piece. But you know, if you're into that kind of thing, it's kind of cool. I had it listed for $150 or best offer. I got an offer, like a lowball offer, like $50. I went ahead and countered with 75, and they accepted. So not too bad. But this thing was big. Still cost $17.25 to ship out. So this buyer is pretty close to the $100 range on what this thing was worth. So again, it was the only one out there, nothing like it. So made some good money on that, and we are into the profit on that $500 purchase. Another item here, this is like a Letterman jacket, varsity jacket, I guess you could call it. It was a Redskins size medium. Sold this for $45 plus shipping. Got another Redskins item here. This is a helmet. It's like a youth size. It was kind of beat up and stuff like that. The thing that first drew me to this when I saw this listing on Craigslist is because they said they had a bunch of jerseys and helmets and stuff like that. Well, they only had one helmet, but that's okay. But it was in kind of rough shape. So I put it up at auction. It ended up selling for $18.50 plus shipping. Got another record here. This is part of a big vinyl and cassette tape buy that I got. This is a Julio Iglesias. Not a big seller, but it went out for $3.50 plus shipping. Got another die-cast car here. This is like a Christian Fittipaldi. This is a Yankees 100th anniversary one, and it went out for $10 plus shipping. Doing the math on all these cars, I estimated I have about 80 of them. I might have a couple less, I might have a couple more, but all in all, I spent $570 at this entire sale, and I got a lot more than just cars. I got a bunch of other little memorabilia and hero cards and not baseball cards, but like NASCAR cars. I got some silver. I got all kinds of stuff. And just on the cars alone, I should be able to make about $800 just on that. So everything else is kind of a little icing on the cake. This isn't going to be like a monster haul, but I am going to be profitable. So after you take out my PayPal fees, all that stuff, all the cars, assuming they only sold for $10, I would make $800, but some of them are selling for more. Some I've sold for 30, 40, some are selling for 8. So all kind of balances out there, and we're still going to make some good money on it once they're all gone. I'm almost through listing those. I got about 20 left. Got another Washington Redskins item. This is like a short sleeve button-up polo shirt. This one sold for $14 plus shipping. This thing was pretty cool. This is this Nordic Ware cake pan. Like, it makes like little dinosaur shaped cupcakes. Nordic Ware is a good brand. If you see these out, pick them up. I got this for pretty cheap at a thrift store, and it sold for $19 plus shipping. This one was able to go out in a Region A box, the longer, skinnier one, and so it goes out at a 2-pound rate, but this was heavier. Nordic Ware is not your typical cake pans, which can be kind of light and flimsy. It's a heavier duty item, so you definitely need to plan on that. But if you can fit it into a regional box, this is a good time to take advantage of those regional rates and save yourself some money and put yourself up on the competition for people that might not know how those things work. So I can put mine at a 2-pound rate, and my shipping ends up being potentially, based on location, a lot cheaper than somebody who might be putting it up at a 3.5, which comes out to a 4-pound rate. Another item out of my Redskins lot. This is just a old like vintage bandana. This one sold for $7.99, free shipping. Goes out, it's super light. I mean, it's a bandana. It just goes out in a poly bag, goes out, it weighs like an ounce. So, you know, your 1 to 4 ounce rate's all kind of the same. So it costs about just under $3 to ship this out. Got another vinyl record here. This is a Lionel Richie, $4.99 plus shipping. So in that big deal that I made with all the NASCAR stuff at the garage sale, if you saw it, I bought this entire big binder of hero cards. They said that a lot of these are all signed. I kind of went through them. Well, she said a lot of them were signed. A few of them were signed. There was a lot that weren't. So I made my first variation listing. Never done this before. I probably wouldn't do it again, but based on the volume of stuff I had is what made it worth it for me. These things sell for about $1 to $4 a piece. On average, I'd say they're going for $2 to $3. But I had a lot of them. So I figure when these are all gone, I'll make about $260, you know, before any fees or anything like that. And I spent $100 on this entire thing. So I'm still gonna make 150% profit before any fees are taken out. But it took a while to take the pictures because I had to snap 2 pictures of each one, front and back. And then I had to create the variation listing, which if you haven't done that before, takes a long time when you're listing. I had 122 different listings. So a lot of these hero cards had multiples. So I had 3, 4, 5 of them. So it was able to make that go a little faster, but it took a long time. It was probably 3 hours all in on doing this. Again, I had already bought this. So my options were redonate it or take the time and do it. And when I did the math, I figured it was worth my effort to do it. I'm probably not going to update you guys on every one of these listings because it's kind of a boring sale. You want to come watch a video and see what I'm selling. Nobody's excited to see, hey, I sold this for $1. Hey, I sold this for $2. Not always are the sales big, but I'll probably give you some updates as we move through it. Kind of like, hey, here's where we are on the hero cards. So the first one went out and it was $2 plus shipping. I had a problem when I made this variation listing too. I had it all created, everything was good, and then it wouldn't post it. It told me that I was restricted due to medical prescription drugs. And I'm like, okay. I called eBay, or I had eBay call me. If you need to get a hold of eBay, the best way to do it is to go on the website and request a callback, you know, during their business hours, and they tell you, hey, it's gonna be 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour and a half, whatever it is, and they just call you. You don't have to sit and wait on hold or try to chat with their automated assistant, which is awful. So basically it turned out, and I ended up going round and around on this, but one of the drivers was driving for the Viagra racing team. And because I had the word Viagra in the listing, it threw off the whole thing. So I had to go in, take that one out, relist it as something else, because you can't just go in and like change the name. It's the variation listings are a pain in the butt. So unless you got some good items, some good high ticket items, I probably wouldn't mess with them. But that, that's my opinion. You guys do whatever you want. But I got it fixed and all was good. Got another NASCAR die-cast car. This is Elliott Sadler. This one was actually signed by the driver. This guy was, a lifelong fan, went to all the races, had all kinds of stuff. I didn't have any certificate of authenticity with it, which of course I disclosed in the listing. This went out for $40 plus shipping. I picked up a video game at the thrift store a while back. It was a Nintendo Wii game, it was a GameCube game that I picked up, and when I opened it up to look at it, it had a second game in there. It had a GameCube game, Big Mother Truckers. I thought that was kind of cool. I got a bonus disc, so I didn't have a box or anything with it, but I threw this up there as is, sold for $8.99 with free ship. I'm not sure where I picked this thing up. It might have been a garage sale or a thrift store, probably a thrift store. It's this TV wall mount, so I don't have much into it, probably $1 to $3, and sold for $14.99 with free ship, and this was able to go out in just a bubble mailer. All right, I got this Nike Dry Fit men's shirt. This is a size large, Washington Nationals, sold for $18 plus shipping. Here's another item out of this Redskins buy. I thought this thing was pretty cool. It was a set of 3 shot glasses. Looked like this thing really had never been used. It was from Things Remembered. It was personalized on the top, but there wasn't a whole lot of these out there. And obviously I've told you guys Redskins stuff is a BOLO item right now. So I put these up there for $29.99 with free shipping, and they sold pretty quickly. I was able to send this thing out in a padded flat rate envelope. It already had its case, and it held the glasses pretty securely. I took those glasses, kind of just wrapped them up with some bubble wrap, stuffed them back in their box, put that box in another box, bubble wrapped the box, and then shoved it in that padded mailer, and that thing is secure as you can get. Got another Wicker Basket. If you've been watching my channel, you've heard me talk about these things. I bought a whole ton of these things at a garage sale for 50 cents a piece or less. This one sold for $9.99 plus shipping, and buyer was $8.25 on the shipping. So, we're spending almost $20 on a basket. Again, you can get them cheap. They're not too bad. I wouldn't invest like heavily in them, but if you see some nice ones, pick them up. And I got another Redskins bandana here. This one was a lot more beat up and stuff like that, but it looked a lot more vintage. $7.99 free shipping. And I already talked about the hero cards before. I sold 3 more of them, all to the same buyer. These went out for $7 plus shipping. A few weeks ago, I made a video where I talked about a BOLO, which was stock cars, small little like racing cars. I picked these up for about $4.99 a piece at a thrift store. This is the last one to go out. This one was a little bit more rare. I had a higher price tag on it, but I did get an offer. I had it listed originally for $50. I sent an offer out for $40 because it was the only one that had been left out of all that. So I thought maybe I might have had it a little overpriced. The person countered with $30, which is exactly what I sold all of the other ones for. So I went ahead and accepted that. $30 plus shipping, super lightweight, just goes out in an 8x6x4 box, bubble wrap it up, out the door. Got another wrestler here going out. I bought a whole bunch of these in a big old tub a while back, all loose at the thrift store for $10. I've probably close to tripling my money on that at this point. This is the Edge, $7.99 free shipping. Surprise, surprise, got another Redskins item here. This is another Stadium Danbury Mint thing. It's a Robert Kennedy Memorial. This one did not have the goalpost, so I didn't think it would go out quite as much as the other one, which sold for $35. So I put this one up at auction. I think I started it at like $19.99. Ended up selling for $31 plus shipping, but then the buyer didn't pay me. Opened up after 2 days, I have it already automatically set up to open a unpaid item. They didn't respond to any message or anything like that. I went ahead and offered it to the next buyer in line, which was at $30, and they accepted and it went out. These things are also able to go out in a padded flat rate envelope. If you've seen me talk about how I ship the die-cast cars, I was able to fit this right into one of those smaller boxes that like you'd pack your Wii's in and shove that thing right in the bubble mailer. And then the last thing we got going out here, I picked up the set. This was from the weekend where I said I didn't have anything good that I found at garage sales. I mean, I guess I didn't find a lot of stuff, but I found good stuff. I got the whole set of Harry Potter books for $3.50. And when I say the whole set, I actually mean the whole set plus 4 extra books. So individually, these books are kind of worthless. I mean, you might make $1 or $2 off of them if you get them at a really cheap price, but individually they don't sell a lot. But if you can find the whole set, especially a hardback set or a hardcover set, you're gonna make some money on them. So I have, again, $3.50 invested, and I sold this entire lot for $55, free shipping. It's media mail, goes out super cheap. I think it cost $5 to ship this out. The other books that I have, it's either 3 or 4, I'm not sure. I'm gonna hold on to those until I get another complete set and then put those out as well. At least one of them is a soft cover, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I may list that one on its own and sell it for $1 or $2, plus shipping. But we did pretty well on those. I can't really complain. Between that weekend, I talked to you a couple videos ago with the Prisoner DVD box set, and with that, now with this, I have $100 in sales just off 2 items. So not too bad. I guess that is all for today. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch. Please like, subscribe, drop me a comment or question down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.